Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany, tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. Over here, at least it is rare and exotic. George Dickel, Tennessee Bottled and Bond whiskey, aged 11 years old and from the distilling season fall of 2008. Now, I do know that this is a 2020 bottling, but it took a year to get over here to Germany. Whiskybase number 160723. Now, in the United States, this should be a $40 bottle, right? So, guess what I paid for this one? Now, while you're guessing, I'm going to, if you watch my other video, you know a little bit about the prices at the moment. This was a $40 bottle. I paid 129 euros for this, a 7-year-old Heaven Hill, my comparison whiskey at the moment. Yeah, okay. 7-year-old Heaven Hill versus George Dickel, 11-year-old, 129 euros, 109 euros. I still don't know who stole all the money along the way to get this bottle over here to Germany. I do know they showed up on the a few sites. It's still available in Germany for 112 and 129 euros on a few different sites here. I just don't get it. I really don't understand why this bottle has to cost this much. There's just some secondary market type of things going on over here, even though it is not on secondary markets. It's the normal websites where I buy everything else from my wholesaler here in Germany as well. So who knows? All right, so Nicole Austin is doing some amazing stuff over there at the Cascade Hollow Distillery, Tullahoma, Tennessee. She just joined up here with the brothers from Colorado. What are their names? The 3-chamber still. They actually learned how to do their distilling and their brewing art over here in Germany, and they are called the Leopold brothers, I think. Yay, got that right. Scott, I didn't mean, I meant the Todd Leopold. He worked together with here are Nicole Austin, and they did a blend of her rye whiskey that was produced at the Cascade Hollow Distillery, which no one knew about, from Diageo, as well as his 3-chamber rye, and mix them together, and both their faces and signatures and so on online, and that's kind of on the bottle, kind of cool. Well, we're not talking about this. We're talking now about the second bottling here. It says here, number 2, the second bottled and bond release comes from barrels maturing since fall of 2008 with a taste that's bold and complex, kind of like the people who made it. All right, Nicole, very, very good. Now, I must admit, this has a place in my heart. This is fabulous. This is great, great whiskey. I am not often a fan of the Dickel. So let's nose it first of all. Yep, it's a Dickel, a French Flintstone vitamins. I do get a cherry moment. I get a lot of alcohol, more than I was expecting here. Over here, instead, I smell myself to kind of neutralize my nose. Deeper, richer, complex, more complex, more of a cherry moment. Excellent, well done. I like this much better than I do this on the nose. All right, let's try it. Cheers. I'm getting some sour grape moment. Where's that coming from? There's a basic foundation of some sweetness, but then that sour grape moment just takes over, like a sour grape type of candy. Yeah, it's artificial. I do not like that finish. Ooh. At the beginning it was okay, yeah. Finish is so important for a whiskey for me. All right, I'm going to dilute this down from its 50%, sorry, down to about 45%, 43%. On the nose, there's more of a caramel moment. There's more of a nutty moment, more of pecans. I do not like the finish of this. A little bit alcoholic. It just doesn't sit well with me, especially the finish. And I think the finish is what makes just gives that whiskey the flavor profile I want. On the palate, I have a whiskey for 15 seconds. On the as the aftertaste, the finish, I have it for 5 minutes maybe. And this is not something I want on my palate for a very long time. It has like a sour orange peel moment to it. It's almost a little bit of a tartness in there. I am not a particular fan of this. I'm so sorry. All right, so I'm getting also, the whole time it's just like, it reminds me a little bit of Jack Daniel's Gentleman Jack. It might be that Lincoln County process here going on there. Yeah. It's a little peppery, a little bit of nutmeg in there. Sour moment. Sour mash has nothing to do with sour, but the first thing that pops in my mind. This is going to be a C- whiskey with water. Without water, it's a D+. Value for money for 109 euros. You're kidding me? F. Even if for $40, I would not go out and buy this. Sorry, me. I would not. I would give this a C- minus for value for money. Maybe even a D, to be honest. For 40 bucks, it's just not my wheelhouse. It's not my flavor profile. This, on the other hand, the Heaven Hill 7-year-old. Ooh, if you can find it for 40 bucks, go get it. On the nose. And on the palate. Wonderful. Nice. Very, very good. So, if I were in the States, I would have $80 on the table. As I'm in Germany, I have 240 euros, which is around $265 on the table. These two simple bottles, amazing. At the moment, the world is crazy, especially in the whiskey world, but even over here in Europe, trying to get some more not normal supermarket, lower shelf, middle shelf products is just getting even more ridiculous at the moment. I have no idea where this will stop. I hope due to the releasing or the suspending of the bourbon tariffs that we will actually get more and more product over here into Europe. But of course, if you can sell it in America in a heartbeat, why would you want to send it over to Europe with all the legal requirements and all the paperwork and all the transport costs and so on? Unless, of course, you think long term. So you do have a market over here. One day, bourbon's going to be saturated in the States, and you need to have a wider base of customers. And of course, we over here in Europe are trying to get people to find out about bourbon, trying to find about good bourbons, new riffs and Sagamores and Wilderness Trails and Peerless and all the other things that are coming up are coming over here as well. And all right, so George Dickel, your Diageo, you should be able to get the product over here very, very easily. And Heaven Hill, you have Elijah Craig in every single place over here in Germany. You have Evan Williams in almost every single supermarket. Why don't you have products like this over here as well? That would help us enthusiasts to actually learn more about your brand and become fanboys and evangelists. And keep the prices to a normal level and don't over increase the prices threefold and drive us away. Please don't in the future. All right, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for liking. What is your favorite bottled and bond product? Question of the day. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for sharing this video. All the best. Bye-bye.